Picture this. It's 2035. You're cruising down an American highway, and suddenly a sleek, silent truck passes you. No roaring diesel, no thick black smoke, just a smooth hum of electricity. You glance at the logo, and wait a second, it's not Freightliner. Not Peterbilt. Not even Kenworth. It's Scania. Yes, the Swedish powerhouse could be coming for the crown of the American trucking industry. But the question is, can they really take on the U.S. trucking giants that have dominated for over a century? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly who has the upper hand in this battle for the future of trucking, and which company could be driving America's highways in the next decade. Also, don't worry, I won't ask you to pronounce Scania with a perfect Swedish accent, unless you want to sound extra fancy at the next truck stop. Here's the thing. The U.S. trucking industry is the backbone of America. Nearly 70% of all freight is moved by trucks. That's groceries, Amazon packages, even the very device you're watching this on. And right now, America's roads are dominated by legends. Freightliner, Peterbilt, Kenworth, Mack. But while these titans are still flexing diesel muscles, Scania is quietly positioning itself as a leader in the next generation of trucking, electric, autonomous, and hyper-efficient. So, will U.S. trucking giants adapt fast enough to protect their turf, or will an outsider rewrite the rules of the American highway? Because let's face it, this isn't just about who builds the best truck. This is about national pride. Nobody in Texas wants to admit that a Swedish truck with heated cup holders just stole the show. But here's where things get really interesting. While American giants are still debating the future, Scania has already tested it. And what they're building looks less like a truck and more like the iPhone of transportation. Studio microphone. Let's break it down. Scania, part of the Volkswagen Group, has been at the forefront of electrification in Europe. They've already rolled out fully electric trucks with ranges above 230 miles, and they're pushing for 400 miles by 2030. Now, if you're in the US, you might think, 230 miles? That's a grocery run in Texas. And you'd be right. Europe's geography is perfect for shorter haul trucking. But here's the catch. What Scania learns in Europe about efficiency, charging networks, and autonomous driving, they can bring to the US. And while the US giants are wrestling with legacy diesel fleets, Scania is racing ahead with modular electric platforms. Imagine a Lego set for trucks. Plug in different batteries, swap components, update software overnight. That's Scania's vision. But don't count the US giants out. Freightliner, owned by Daimler, has its eCascadia already hitting American highways with up to 230 miles of range. Tesla? Oh, you bet they've thrown their hat in with the Semi, promising 500 miles of electric range, and Elon Musk tweeting about it every chance he gets. Peterbilt and Kenworth, under PACCAR, are testing hydrogen fuel cell trucks. Why hydrogen? Because long haul in the US needs more than batteries. It needs quick refueling. Hydrogen could be the ace up America's sleeve. Hydrogen, of course, comes with one tiny problem. It's not exactly something you can just whip up in your backyard. Unless you're Walter White from Breaking Bad. In which case, wrong industry. So here's the tension. Scania's strength? Software integration, modular design, and European efficiency. US giant strength? Scale, infrastructure, and home field advantage. But the battleground isn't just about who builds the best truck. It's about infrastructure. America's vast highways, stretching coast to coast, demand a charging and refueling network that doesn't yet exist. And this is where urgency kicks in. The U.S. government is pouring billions into charging infrastructure. Whoever aligns with that investment fastest could dominate the next 50 years of trucking. And then there's autonomy. Scania has been experimenting with self-driving trucks in controlled environments, like mines and logistics hubs. Meanwhile, U.S. companies like Aurora, Waymo, and TuSimple are testing autonomous long-haul routes on real American highways. Now imagine this, a future where 18-wheelers drive themselves coast to coast without stopping, cutting delivery times in half. The question is, who integrates autonomy better? Scania, with its precise European engineering, or U.S. giants with boots on the ground in every American state? Because while autonomy sounds futuristic, the real fight may come down to something more old-fashioned: money. And the numbers here will shock you. Let's talk dollars. Right now, the trucking industry in the U.S. generates over $875 billion a year. Whoever wins the future of trucking isn't just selling vehicles. They're locking in the arteries of the entire economy. Scania knows this. That's why they're pushing aggressively to break into markets outside Europe. But here's the kicker: American fleets are loyal. They've been running Freightliners, Peterbilts, and Kenworth for decades. Switching costs are high. Mechanics are trained on U.S. systems. Parts networks are domestic. So, Scania faces a huge challenge: breaking American loyalty. And here's the million-dollar question: will U.S. regulators, fleets, and drivers even allow a foreign giant to take such a massive share of America's trucking economy? History tells us America protects its industries fiercely. Just look at how Tesla faced resistance before breaking through. But then again, if Scania offers fleets lower total cost of ownership, better uptime, and seamless electric options, money might talk louder than patriotism. I mean, at the end of the day, if a truck saves a fleet millions in fuel and maintenance, drivers might start saying, "God bless America," and "Thank you, Sweden." So who wins? Scania or the U.S. giants? Here's the truth: it's not decided yet. The U.S. giants have scale, brand loyalty, and home advantage. Scania has innovation, modular design, and a head start in electrification. But the final winner will be determined by infrastructure, regulations, and economics in the next 5 to 10 years. The battle is already underway. Fleets are testing, governments are investing, and engineers are racing against the clock. And the cliffhanger is this: by the time you see a Scania truck rolling down an American highway, it might already be too late for U.S. giants to catch up. So what do you think? Will Scania invade American highways? Or will Freightliner, Peterbilt, and Kenworth defend their turf? Drop your predictions in the comments. I'll be reading them all. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure you smash that like button so more people can discover the real story behind the future of trucking. And of course, subscribe, because in our next video, we're diving into whether Tesla's Semi is already dead on arrival, or secretly the ace in America's deck. Until then, keep your eyes on the road and your mind on the future. Strong intro hook. 3-act structure: setup, confrontation, resolution. Pattern erupts, humor, rhetorical questions. Cliffhangers leading through transitions. Authoritative yet engaging tone tailored for a U.S. audience. Would you like me to also add timestamps for pacing, e.g., when to cut to b-roll, when to drop a cliffhanger, when to reset attention, so your editor has a built-in guide?